Yo, what's happening? Alright, so look, we got top 20 best anime fights of this decade.
Let's start off with Dai versus Vern in the Dragon Quest anime. From
Yo, bro, these motherfuckers look like Yu-Gi-Oh characters.
manga to anime and recently to the game, Dai's adventure follows our titular hero on his adventure to stop a great evil.
They actually fight, though.
JRPG stuff. Now, let's talk about the animation. The movement is nice and smooth, every action is given weight, and every attack is given the time and emphasis it needs to let us know it's meant to hurt, and it's all the more impressive when Dai blocks every blow. The scene carries so much weight.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, what's up with these damn animes and letting kids just beat the shit out of these older motherfuckers? That's crazy, bro. That is insane.
As part of him has that genuine desire to cause Vern harm after killing Gome, but he's also remorseful over Vern's idea that violence and power can permit justice. This also makes his humiliating beatdown all the more ironic, since it's pretty easy to talk about how your power is what makes you strong. Right,
the fuck is he?
A 12-year-old knocks your lights out. It goes to say, a fight scene by itself is good, but the story behind it makes it great.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I seen that one before. Yeah, I definitely seen that move before. I just fuck. Oh my.
Another bombastic fight scene we have for you today is Zug versus the puppets from the Outcast. An interesting
This nigga fighting a puppet?
story built on an already seen premise. Some kid discovered a society of martial artists that he's now become a part of. There's
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, whoever is controlling that puppet got the best fingers ever, bro. Pause.
drama, action, and a family legacy to protect. However, we don't care about him because the one fighting is Zug. What makes this scene so noteworthy is the sheer choreography used. Chinese martial arts. It's one of the most well-known out there, and their anime really knows how to ham it up. The strategy and flow of every character, Zug's initial reliance on deflection to show he's on the defensive, and letting the audience know these puppets
he fighting two of them?
that much more intense. The animation blew everyone's minds, and it goes to show that even a series as unknown as this can be amazing. What's more, having one of them use a weapon added more suspense to the battle and gave us something to put on this list, so thanks Outcast.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that fight was a solid 10 out of 10. I like the way that shit was looking, bro. That shit look nice.
Next on our list is a bit of a surprise entry, since slice of life anime are never where you usually go for fight scenes, and it's none other than Toru versus Elma from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Regardless, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is an everyday story of a young woman meeting a dragon, saving her life, and now that dragon works as a maid. But let's talk about the action here. First of all, it's utterly spectacular. Every movement's dynamic, the background switching to different environments only to be destroyed in what feels like a clash between gods. The fight is all the more ridiculous when it clashes with the show's cutesy round art style. The reasoning behind the fight is pretty tragic though. Elma felt betrayed by Toru moving on, suddenly switching her ideology as she became a near stranger to Elma and simply wanted her friend back and was hurt by the distance between them. Thankfully though, some heartfelt words and a flick to the head calmed Elma down, and her friendship is now rekindled. But they did give us one hell of a godly animated fight scene.
Oh, damn, hold on. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I was about to call the fight trash, bro. But I don't know. That last part kind of gave me a little bit of hope, bro. A little bit of hope. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give that fight a solid 7 out of 10.
Moving on, we have all the styling needed for a classic high-octane anime fight with Toma and Gunha versus Misaka from A Certain Scientific Railgun. And our introduction to this drama is through Toma.
Yo, bro, where the fuck y'all be finding these? I ain't never heard of these animes ever.
Protagonist and cynic with a heart of gold. This particular battle has a few interesting points to it, but so does the whole show. Several scenes had stiffer animations, almost stock-like, but the show makes up for this by putting all that effort into the effects and attacks. The simplistic designs actually helped our warehouse-trapped animators by giving them monumental moments of pure badassery. There's also the plot of brainwashing and healing, but for this scene, it's the effects that make it special.
Freak ass nigga, bro. What the?
Huh?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck that was, bro. That shit was a solid 5 out of 10, bro. That punch looked nice. That's the only thing I fucking know of, though.
Coming up is a diamond in the coal mine of isekai anime, Mushoku Tensei, when Paul's party fought the Hydra.
Oh my god, bro. This is about to be some Wizard 101 shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This shit might be a low rating off the rip. I don't like the way this shit. Oh my god,
The
bro.
fight has it all. Cool effects, gorgeous animation, and that drama to make it all the more thrilling. The party faces a massive Hydra with death on the horizon, an event that's fun for the whole family, somewhat literally in this case. The strategy they used where the fighters were cutting off the head and the mages...
Oh, hold on, they actually getting active.
Makes the characters feel as experienced with these battles as they should be, making it feel realistic in a sense. The Hydra design is initially off-putting with its CGI, but it still blends well with the background and the characters, so you don't actually mind it as the battle goes on. What gives this fight its spot on the list is the tragedy before the fall, as the Hydra, nearly beaten, still lets out one final attack which Paul takes in Rudy's place, making the scene more impactful and remarkable. Plus, like every fight scene in Mushoku Tensei, the animation blew our minds.
My god.
But you
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I give it to him, bro. I thought it was just gonna be spells and fucking Wizard of Oz bullshit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That one was a solid 7 out of 10, bro. Kind of like it, baby.
know what blew me away? Japan. That's right, I went to Japan this year and my best friend there was the sponsor of this video, Klook. Klook's a transcend tickets. LA, a service like Klook has got you finding a place to sound codes for you frugal time. Slashing its way onto the list, we have Asta and Yami versus Dante in Black Clover. This anime is a bit of an interesting case as it has absolutely zero unique or interesting characters, minus Meriliona. But the magic system, fight scenes, and pure adrenaline honestly elevate it to be a contender in the new Shonen Big Three. The battle against Dante emphasizes all that makes Black Clover so good. This fight has something you rarely find in other anime: team battles. Here we see the villains as actual threats that require the squad to form up, and we're treated to magic combinations, assists, and the kitchen sink. There's a true struggle between Asta and Yami against Dante that makes the viewers genuinely feel the victory
that little ass motherfucker carrying that big ass sword.
Isn't assured, and the gorgeous animation on Asta's devil form makes him truly seem like what the Demon Society makes him out as. Moreover, taking the battle in the air gave a level of freedom to the movement that made the fight all the more interesting. The cherry on top is the victory achieved by Asta with Yami's sword, but the team still lost in the end as they lost their captain. Just the perfect drama.
What the fuck? Damn, he cooking with that big ass sword, bruh. But I don't understand how these motherfuckers be wielding these big ass swords, bro. That shit is insane. That shit gotta be heavy. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, that one was a solid 7 out of 10. You feel me? I ain't even get to see much but that slice and dice.
And of course, no cool fights list would be complete without Sword Art Online, especially when Berkoli fought Vector, an anime
The fuck? I thought this was a video game.
that started the game world genre, quickly taking over the medium and making it everyone's problem. The story revolves around Kirito, our bland, overpowered protagonist who can't seem to not be trapped in alternate worlds. Either way, this fight doesn't have him in it, but we don't care because it's so gorgeous. The sound
Oh, it's a video game in the anime.
The blast effects making you feel the impact. On top of all of that, the animation and music lets us know that this is a battle for the ages. The fight's interesting as it's partly a puzzle. Vector's broken level stats and ability make him practically untouchable, leaving Berkoli to strategize while staying alive long enough to do so. We also get impressed by Berkoli's clutch win and taking advantage of the
with no arm
arrogance. The scene is more meaningful because the heroes gain the win, but at the cost of Berkoli's life, giving us a feeling of dread at who else is next.
Oh yeah, he getting cooked. I ain't gonna lie, he got cooked, bruh. What the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get out shit a solid 8 out of 10 though, you feel me?
Now, let's talk about the iconic JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series, and it's more JoJo than ever when Jolene fought Enrico Pucci. This series follows Jotaro's daughter Jolene in prison, where she must face Dio's priest X from taking over the power of gravity.
This show freaky as hell.
Now, as you know, JoJo fight scenes are different from usual shonen fare, simply because the characters are too detailed and the animators too starved to make long animated fight scenes. Instead, it tries to combine cool still images, the most bonkers dialogue that you've ever heard, and impressive flashes of animation to come up with a unique style of its own. The fight between
I ain't gonna lie, bro, and these shits do be looking nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Jolene and Pucci has all of that and more. The evolution and creativity of Jolene's stand make her chances against what is essentially a godlike ability seem winnable, whether it's spreading her strings to the handcuffs or making a Mobius strip to keep her body intact. Honestly, few words can do a JoJo fight justice, but what we can say is that it deserves a spot here.
And they got CDs and shit popping out. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna give that one a solid 5 out of 10, bro. It's like, bro, this nigga don't be showing much.
Up next, we have the show no one could stop talking about when it first came out, Chainsaw Man. And we'll talk about it some more as we go back to when the Devil Hunters fought Katana Man. Few shows can have the joy, sorrow, and excitement this anime manages to evoke about a horny teenager getting the power of a chainsaw for a head.
Excuse me, what?
By God, they did it. Either way, there have been many cool fight scenes, and we'll be talking about this little skirmish our Devil Hunters had against Katana Man. Now, spoiler alert here, but it didn't go well for our heroes. The action and choreography had a fascinating design, simultaneously crazy gore and battle mixed with a more realistic motion for the characters. The CGI was very well done, giving the creatures an uncanny vibe that fits well with the design and idea. And then, of course, comes the
Yo, bro, why does his chainsaws come out like that, bro? Like, it comes straight through the middle of his arm, bro. That shit is, I don't know, bro. This shit is weird as hell.
Sheer tragedy of Himeno's loss after coming so close to reaching their goal. This scene deserves its spot for pushing out so many emotions within us, motivating us to watch further and see if Katana Man gets what's coming to him.
Oh, shit. Yo, bro, from what I just seen right there, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I like that those animations. This shit is a solid 8 out of 10, you feels me? Fuck no.
Speaking of emotions, we have Naruto versus Ishiki in Boruto. This fight reminds viewers why this world was known as one of the big 3 in shonen manga and anime. This battle hits the nostalgia bar.
No, this shit ain't the big 3. The fuck? Hell no.
For oldies and gives hype to the youngins as we see Naruto go all out against his foe. The animation is top tier, delivering smooth, followable movement and action for the viewers while delivering the fantastic light choreography the series is known for at this point. Ishiki's creative mass manipulation makes the fight more interesting, but the key highlight is
fuckability is that?
We see him in a new form, experienced in utilizing techniques and fighting styles to emphasize how much he's improved since those days as the class clown. But the true highlight is the cost of Naruto's victory as he says farewell to his oldest friend Kurama, who sacrificed his life to give the boost needed to beat Ishiki.
Okay, that boy cooking, boy.
Before we take a
look, bruh, I ain't never watched that, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't ever plan on watching it. That shit, Boruto, that shit gotta be the worst shit ever. But that fight, bruh, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was a solid 8 out of 10, bruh.
Look at the top 10. Now's a good time for you to give this video a like. Come on, I'll wait for you, okay? Alright?
Oh, you asshole.
Done? Vinny Team's entire team is dedicated to making amazing content for you. And you can support by subscribing to this channel as well. Thank you very much. Let's get to the top 10.
What?
If you thought the fights you've seen till now were something else, get ready for these. To start off, let's talk about Gintoki versus Utsuro from Gintama. Now, Gintama's not what anyone would call a serious show, especially when an entire arc could be made for a bit of parody. Gintama doesn't take itself too seriously, which makes the moments when they do all the more hard-hitting. The animation alone makes this fight something special, but it's the underlying themes, motivations, and history of the character that brought it to this spot. The battle goes through the perspective of Utsuro, who for so long was so unstoppable as he now lies mortal and falling in his own memories, unable to strike Gintoki until he falls. ground, beaten at last. It proves that Utsuro's philosophy of solitude is the weaker one, as Gintoki's success is thanks to the bonds he shared with his comrades and their actions that lead him to give his old mentor his deserved rest.
Bro, what the fuck? He cooked his ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was a solid 8 out of 10, bro. What the fuck?
Moving on with Demon Slayer with the iconic fight scene between Tengen and Gyutaro. This was our most challenging question yet. Which fight to pick? Every battle in this anime is list-worthy, but for now, we'll settle with Gyutaro versus Tengen. Although Danjiro is the official MC, the spotlight is definitely pointed at the flashiest Hashira in this fight. Boy was already poisoned and is fighting with one hand after losing the other, but he still chooses to fight till death. Talk about Hashira pride, right? The animation goes insane as we can barely follow the speed at which these two fight. Ufotable definitely did way more justice by bringing the manga to life. It's nothing but pure eye candy. From the bold, flashy colors to the astonishing
he's cooking with one arm?
choreography that was laid out well by the perfect angles, the entire scene was perfection. What makes it more impactful is how intense you feel watching it. At no point can our heroes let up, nor is there a feeling of certain victory as they fight tooth and nail to stop the demon threat. At the very least, they've deserved a spot here.
Hold on, they cooked that motherfucker so bad and chopped his head off. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was a solid 10 out of 10. That shit was clean as fuck.
What happens to the adventuring party after the big bad
motherfucker fight in the shadow?
Frieren fighter herself. You see, Frieren, Beyond's journey answers, and boy is it a good one. The anime follows the journey of the titular Frieren as she goes back and relives her old adventuring days with her now dead party. A tale of melancholy, beauty, and crazy action. But we're going to talk about this one specific fight that easily earned its way here with all that it offers. Gorgeous animation, strategy, and the use of teamwork. Watching two people perpetually blast and hit each other with abandon should theoretically get old, but this show captivates our attention by making each opponent trying to get creative in their dealings, which Frieren accomplishes by coming up with the perfect scheme. If the clone has all her strengths, the same is true of her weaknesses. This shows her ability to adapt even against herself, her terrifying strength in the battle, and her ability to teach as she guides her companion on how to take her down, as we learn a lesson that even absolute power won't save you from a well-timed shot.
I ain't gonna lie, that one was kind of mid, bro. 5 out of 10. Oh, damn.
Up next is an underrated anime made by a small studio with big ambitions. Shanchu vs. Jing from Fog Hill of the Five Elements. There's not even a need to discuss the story, since the fight scene alone brings to levels never seen before.
Yo, why does anime look so badass, bro? What the fuck?
The animation style has the typical stylings of anime, but with a thicker outline and unique style that makes it unlike anything else. Its musical score makes every moment heart-pounding, and the fight itself blows the mind.
Oh my.
The choreography is well planned as every attack has
he's
to it. A flow that
frying
goes
this
on in
nigga.
more and more creative ways, like punching someone to give the boost of speed to attack their foe. It baffles the mind. Every strike has an impact, and you can see the effect on each character as well as their ability to improvise on the go, making
bro, this art style is clean as hell.
Geniuses. Normally, there's some pun or joke to making such a list, but honestly, watch Fog Hill. It deserves so much love, and I'm hoping having this on the list will convince you to give it a shot.
Shit, I might. What the Nah, bro, that anime might I might have to get that shit a watch, you feel me? Yo, that shit was a 10 out of 10. I like that shit.
now we move on to solo leveling, where Song Jin-woo fought Igris. Do you like dungeons, overpowered characters, crazy fight scenes? Then this anime is the one for you. The fight against Igris harkens back to what we love about animated fights. The movement is easy to follow and still gives you that fast-paced feeling. Every attack has an appropriate feel of impact, which is only improved by the awesome design of the enemy and the excellent choreography in both swordplay and fist fights. Once again, this fight has that special something to make it high on the list. It utilizes strategy and cunning in defeating an opponent as simply out of his league. The fake out leading to a pinpoint strike with his dagger shows us that he has more to him than just his powers and makes us eager to see where he goes next.
Damn. Damn. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I like seeing like regular clothed people, regular clothed people fight these fucking armored motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie, that I just feel like that shit is just clean as hell. Not gonna lie though, that fight is a 7 out of 10.
Next up is one of the best fights we've seen in a while, and it's no surprise it comes from Bleach as Unohana for Kenpachi. From starting as a story about a part-time Soul Reaper to finally getting its conclusion after years in hiatus, Bleach is a classic that fans have been hungering for, and they're well fed. The fight between these two captains is more than what many can imagine, as it's also a reunion between two souls yearning for the same thing, a good fight. The battle is fantastic as we see the strange and fascinating powers of Unohana's blood work, but
What
it's the
fuck?
story behind every strike that elevates it to its peak. Every blow makes Zaraki stronger, awakening the beast who chained itself, so he always enjoys the fight, but as it goes
What
on,
the
he
f-
becomes afraid, unwilling to let the battle end as he finally meets his match, only to find her beaten, but satisfied that she's rectified her mistake, and now Soul Society has unleashed a force of nature that can't be put back.
さようなら世界でただ一人
Yo, bro, who is that motherfucker that was half skeleton, bruh? That nigga look clean as hell when he did that shit, bruh. Not gonna lie, that's a solid. I about to say a 5 out of 10. I'm tweaking. That shit is a solid 8 out of 10.
Blessing us next is another Chinese anime that's so good, I can't believe it's underrated. It's Blade of the Guardians, Daoma versus the double-headed snake versus Changuren. In terms of sword fights, this one's top-notch. It started off with Dao and the double-headed snake taking care of Guren's men, but it quickly turned into a three-way battle that was thrilling to watch. I can't believe how
A 3-way battle.
good the way the camera followed their movements was. You still have to get used to the dialogue, but once you're past that, you get an awesome fight. You could truly see that they're not holding back. In the end, Daoma was the one that survived, and even then, the way he ended Changuren was brutal and satisfying.
Oh my. Yo, bro, the nigga was already dead in the first cut. Why you keep going, bro? Jesus. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I know it's a 3-way battle, which I don't know how the fuck you would even do that. But this shit is a solid 9 out of 10, bro. That shit was clean.
But we can't make a list like this without the talk of the town. Jujutsu Kaisen Sukuna versus Mahoraga fight. Season 2 of the show was a treat, but this fight scene was truly the icing on the cake. Sukuna has already shown us his upper power with Jogo, but the battle against Mahoraga showed us why he's called King of Curses. Every moment of this fight is high-octane madness. The animation is so fast and visceral that several parts of it had to be removed due to time constraints. The battle keeps switching to different parts of the city, and both opponents take full advantage of their environment, whether it's Sukuna smashing a plane wing against Mahoraga or the Shikigami using an entire train against Sukuna. There's a perpetual switch up in fighting styles, as Mahoraga could be using his blade at one moment, then switches to a body slam the next, ensuring that we never get bored or feel like we can anticipate where it's going to go. The haunting laughter of Sukuna lets us know that all of this is still just play to him, which makes us wonder what he'll be like when he goes all out.
The fuck? Bro. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I watched the first half, or the first, 2-3 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. I gotta hurry up and get past all these damn I ain't gonna lie, the whole thing is just good overall. But yeah, this shit was a solid 8 out of 10, bro. You know what I'm saying?
With some of the most legendary animation sequences in anime ever, we have Saber Alter versus Rider in Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel 3. The Fate series is known for a lot of things. A strong story where people inhabit the
Yo, that
powers of
suit
legendary
kind of look
figures, bonkers
badass.
crazy animation, and creating a level of confusion on where the series' starting point is strong enough to rival superhero comics. In regards to the fight between Saber and Rider, the simplest way to describe it would be that it's a Fate fight. The sheer quality of the animation for this franchise as a whole puts even some legendary animes to shame. What makes it especially interesting is the contrast between Saber's heavy strikes and tank-like deficiency against Rider's more dexterity and speed-based attacks. The music absolutely slaps and gives the battle gravitas and impact to hook its viewers.
Yo, damn. Yo, bro, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was solid out of 10. That shit look clean. This shit goofy as hell, bro.
And finally, the best fight scene of the decade is Luffy versus Kaido from One Piece. Yeah, I know, big shocker. While the answer may seem basic, it's also because it is correct, isn't it? With the Wano arc, One Piece has elevated its animation to unbelievable levels and brought more love to a series that defined shonen manga. The battle between these two titans answers a strange question. What if a Looney Tunes character was in an anime? Luffy's Gear 5 offers a
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, and that shit hard too, bro. That shit is clean as fuck.
wacky, almost joyful counterpoint to the typical shonen battle trope as Kaido attempts to bring his world back on track, but Luffy is just too silly. All of this is topped off with some of the best animation the series has ever seen. The battle's almost like a convergence for Luffy's character. He was always so cheerful and oblivious to danger, going about life with mad abandon, and now he has the power to have the world join him in his escapades, truly embodying the spirit of freedom he's become and showing us why the world government fears his power.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That fight was clean as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get a solid 10 out of 10. If y'all enjoyed the video, subscribe. I'm at DB.